From Amherst to East Aurora, covering all of Western New York, this is News 4, your local news leader.
Governor Kathy Hochul has signed into law this week a bill which is getting positive feedback from hunters. It allows more use of crossbows in hunting season.
There are some things you need to know before taking one out to hunt. Right now, we are joined by Jack Code, president of the Erie County Federation of Sportsmen's Clubs, and Diane Steele, secretary of the Western New York Environmental Federation. Jack, Diane, just a pleasure to have you here. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I know we briefly just talked about, what exactly was signed, but if you can, either one of you, talk about the changes.
So now, archery, during the entire archery season, hunters can use a crossbow, which is a change from previous legislation that required it only to be the last 2 weeks of the archery season.
And Jack, you were saying that this is a long time coming. Set up the stage for us. Why was it so hard to get this bill passed into law?
Well, the bill itself has been kind of tough because there's controversy over the crossbow itself and the interpretation of how it works and how it's used, and that a lot of the people who are against the crossbow feel that it was more like a gun instead of being a bow. But the simple fact is that the crossbow uses an arrow with an appropriate tip in order to harvest animals or shoot targets. It's a great implement to have fun with.
As you were saying before, there are a lot of different groups, organizations, agencies working together to make this happen, and here we are, right? What are you hearing from hunters and bow hunters out there about the news?
Well, I hear that they're very happy, but then again, I've heard a lot of people aren't. So you're always going to have, anytime we got something new coming in, you're going to have different opinions, and that's what it is. It's just a different opinion. Right now, it's a good move in my mind. I've been a hunter safety instructor for 25 years. And the idea, the last crossbow rules were a little bit confusing, and it didn't require the proper education at that time. Now, the education is mandated that if you want to use a crossbow, you have to take the bow hunting section of the New York State hunting rules and courses.
Mm-hmm. What are some of the cons in all this? Because for what we're understanding, hunters who we have heard from say that they've always wanted to use the crossbow, and then it also helps to address the big game populations here in the state. What else are you hearing in terms of the reaction?
I think that it's just a little uncomfortable because it's new. I think that they're concerned that there's going to be more competition for them in the woods. There's going to be more hunters. The whole idea of having the crossbow as an implement allows to reactivate a lot of hunters maybe who haven't been able to bow hunt during the season because of disabilities or injuries or just being older. It's going to allow more women and more youth to actually have the opportunity to experience hunting possibly. So the recruitment of new hunters, I think, will be important, as well as the reactivation of some hunters who haven't been able to.
It's about expanding access, right?
Yes.
I know, Jack, you were talking about some of the certifications that are needed. If you can, run through some of the other requirements, things like age, other things like that.
The age right now is from 14 and up for any hunter to use. Right now, there's movement for 12 and 13-year-olds to be included, which I've used for turkey hunting. I've used the crossbow for a number of years with 12-year-olds. It's easy for them to learn proper safety techniques of any type of hunting implement, including guns. The thing that you need to learn is you got to learn the difference in how effective a crossbow is and how it harvests the animals that you're looking for. And yes, it's going to be better for the big game. We got to face it that the DEC, Department of Environmental Conservation, has one big role, and that is to manage our wildlife. We are a tool. We're losing hunters. We need something to get them up and start to bring them forward. Kids like the idea of something new and an innovative type of implement to come in, and that's what the crossbow is.
So let's talk about some of the resources that are out there for people of all ages, it seems, to get the certification that they need and the training that they need in order to go out into the woods.
Well, they need to take a bow hunting safety class, and that's available in person or online. They can take it online. It costs money. It costs $30 to take it online. It's free to anybody to come in person. Like, we have a bow class coming up at one of the conservation clubs at West Falls Conservation Club on September 6th. that's open. There's still seats available. If anybody wants to get a hold of that or wants to come into those classes, they can go right on the DEC website and find the class and register for it ahead of time.
Great. If you at home are interested and you missed any of this, we will have this entire interview up on our website, WIVB.com. Diane, Jack, thank you so much for coming in to talk about this with us.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right.